Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And a lot of you guys said, man, Dusty, come back with your old style of videos, not as much TA, and just tell us the crypto news. So today, no TA, and just straight up crypto news, everything you need to know about, and it's a pretty action-packed video, guys. So make sure you press the like button, and yes, of course, we're also giving away 100 XRP, and all you need to do for that is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below, and if we hit 1,000 likes, we're giving that away. Missed the Bitcoin rally? Here's a low-risk strategy to ride the bull market. So I get this request very often, and I also, of course, like to think about what would I do if I didn't have any crypto at all, and if I wasn't in here and I didn't have that much money to invest. Because I think, as well as you guys, that Bitcoin is kind of not an option if you only have, let's say, $200 to invest, because, well, your Bitcoin may become worth $400 in a couple of months' time, which is nice, but that's not going to be making you rich at all, right? I think that's also one of the reasons why a lot of people go for XRP, because, well, the margins are just a lot better. There's a lot more growth opportunity. But if you really were to ask me, there's actually a couple of things I would recommend. One is to learn how to trade or try to trade. Second, I would say, is go for, as we just kind of established, smaller cap coins. Don't go below, let me quickly put that out then, so we don't hear more of that. Don't go below like 200 or so unless you want to be a real risk taker, but still stay high. Yet, again, if you're going to go for these top ones, the higher you go, the harder it's going to be for it to just 10 time in a snap, right? On the contrary, the lower you go, the more risk you have of a 0% return where the project just fails. So that's a good one to kind of consider. Another option is to go for DeFi projects, which are relatively new, like yield farming and stuff, where you can get a crazy return in a very, very short amount of time, but again, that might not pan out. Or, again, the stuff I've been teaching on the Growth Masters Academy, as an example. Teach yourself some new income skills, or, work on the other side of things, where you're not necessarily working on how much you, or what you're really investing in, but more so how much you can invest. Because maybe that's also a very important part of it. So I have this channel here, which is Growth Masters Academy, and you can check it out. You can also decide not to do that. I really don't mind. Whatever you want, it's for you guys. No advertisements on here, of course. Even if we get to 1,000 subs, no advertisements, at least for the next couple of months. Maybe if we do well and we find other subscribers, maybe I'll turn ads on, but I'll tell you guys all about it, though, if I decide to do that. But really, what it is all about is just I'm teaching you guys what I do for a living. And this is inspired by some of the guys' stories I've heard and kind of my personal history, where I've just talked to so many, single dads with like 2-3 children or something like that who just cannot get by, but they want to invest in crypto. I'm trying to teach you guys how to do some of this stuff. And I'm posting another beginner guide here in I think it's already been posted maybe an hour ago when you're watching this video, just to show you guys how to make an account and how to set that up. There's no referral links like that or anything like that. It's just completely free, nothing tied to me. I'm just teaching some people that stuff, which I think is a pretty cool thing. I hope you guys can do that. Another thing is, of course, as I said before, check out platforms like this where you can trade crypto or, trade things to make money on your own, or maybe go for some opportunities which are not as good straight out of the bat, but they might return you with more money in the longer term, like things like unstoppable domains. Make sure you check it out as well. These domains are not yet available in just your normal browser, but if they do, it would get a crazy ROI. So that's why I've picked up a couple as well. All right, first mover, short shrift for XRP tokens, 169% price surge as traders obsess over Bitcoin. Bitcoin was higher in an indecisive looking market swinging between about 18.3K and 19.3K. Prices have failed to push higher after surging to new all-time high of 19,920 earlier this week. So I promise you guys, not going to be doing any TA right now, but this number right here is, or at least this table here, or whatever is this called? Graph. I don't know what it's called in English. I think it's graph in the way that it's formed right here. This one is let's just call it this picture. Let's call it a picture. Let's make it simple for me so I don't goof up. This one is rather interesting in the sense that it shows us how our main hold, XRP here, has done amazing, but also that one coin I haven't really touched upon on the channel for a very long time, Dash, is also doing quite good. Dash used to be a very popular crypto that many used as a sort of a Bitcoin Cash for right now. It's like a coin that is more applicable to real life, yet really not that useful. They had some very cool staking, but you needed to have like $170,000 to be able to start staking, so that was not really an option for most people. And OXT I've also not really talked about on the channel. I don't think I've ever touched upon that one. But Dash was more so specifically cool because I used to talk about it very often. And I quit because, well, I wasn't really into the project anymore. And I don't even know if I still hold it actually either. The rest of these coins I think we mention every so often, except for maybe this one. But in general, most of these ones we've covered before, and I'm pretty excited to see all these prices do so amazing, except for, I guess, Monero, who's only up 1%. Moving further, though, the most profitable buy signal in Bitcoin is about to trigger despite distance from all-time high. Bitcoin price this week set a new all-time high price record, taking the leading cryptocurrency by market cap to right below 20,000 before a minor pullback began. And while there is always a possibility that the asset could see a stronger correction given how overheated it is and how profitable the year of 2020 has been, one indicator is pointing to significant upside from here instead. In fact, the crypto most profitable buy signal ever is about to trigger. And if Bitcoin really has begun a new bull market, then anywhere between 2,000 to over 5,000% returns historically have been possible. Would this signal lead to yet another multi-thousand% bull run? Or will minor capitulation kick into overdrive ahead of the signal confirming? Interesting. All right, I personally don't really get exactly what they're talking about here. I don't think we have to anyway, because this is always a little bit of a sticky one, where you have to really believe in their sort of analysis, which I generally don't. So their ultimate buy signal, which has come out at least 1,000 times before, yeah, I don't really believe that stuff too much. But it's a pretty interesting analysis here. It's a pretty long one as well. It's just most likely a historical pattern that's following itself. So we can see right here, maybe this one is replicated right here, and it's going to replicate something like that once more. I mean, who cares, right? We all know where this is going to be going, guys, and these guys never know it perfectly either. All right, it's always a little bit of a guess, so I'm not really too worried about it. And everything is looking good, by the way. I'm still holding. I'm still bullish. Don't worry. PayPal CEO is very bullish on digital currencies of all kinds. PayPal CEO Dan Schulman says he's optimistic on all kinds of digital currencies and that crypto time is now, which I also think, and we've seen that with the demand from institutions in crypto and how that one is just increasing, and to a certain degree, I kind of cannot let it go anymore. I mean, I think here that the whole pandemic situation, I don't want to say that word out loud, has really put another, like, I don't know, I wanted to say something completely, I want to say put a fist up in the whole crypto contribution, in the whole crypto journey. Again, guys, please consider not my native language. I have to calculate or translate a lot of these words if I can't think of them straight out the bat. All right, I try my best. All right, stay with me. Where I wanted to say fist of the, but that's not it. The whole pandemic situation really helped out crypto to a certain degree because people had to get used to digital payments already and not going out too much and doing everything online, or at least the majority of things. I think it added very well to that, or it did a very good job for it. And PayPal CEO has now also confirmed that in a certain way, where he also explained that. This whole article is really about that, but I think there's not really a question that PayPal is bullish as they're buying heavy freaking tons of Bitcoin. And we can just say crypto in general. A little bit later, I don't know if I have it open here or if it's going to be in my next video that's going to be coming out. I surely have it open, but I don't know if I am already having it right here for this story of today. PayPal has actually kind of been vouching for just general crypto adoption. That's one thing. But they have also kind of vouched for multiple cryptos being used there, and their customers that are using these sales, like their sale customers or people who sell things, their commerce businesses that are going to be using PayPal, which is going to be coming up soon. Yeah, those were all really excited for crypto as well. But a lot of them that I've talked to who are planning to use that have also noted to me that we do need multiple cryptos to get on because Bitcoin is not the best one to transact with. Cardano prepares to integrate token locking before introducing smart contracts. Cardano is about to introduce token locking feature in the next major upgrade to prepare the platform for launching native digital assets and smart contracts later on. And I mean, we shouldn't really forget that Cardano is also a behemoth of a project. They're very huge and they're very good. I just have kind of been ignoring them on the channel here because I've been so focused on my main princess right now, which is XRP, But it's not like I don't hold any other coins or I'm not excited about any other coins, which some people sometimes think. I very often get the question if I only hold XRP or something like that. No, I don't. And I think there's a ton of cryptos who are going to be doing very, very well. One of them being ADA, one of them being XLM, one of them being VeChain. Chainlink will most likely do very well as an Oracle as well. I like that. TRX, I sometimes still think the marketing opportunities are there. And so forth. Crypto has a good opportunity with those cards that they have. ZLQZAA is a very solid one, and there's a couple more, but you guys get the idea. I'm pretty bullish on a lot of these coins. Visa, which by the way might hurt crypto, this one, crypto.com, the crypto, not cryptocurrency in general. Visa will offer a credit card that rewards purchases in Bitcoin rather than cash or air miles in early 2021. So this is from BlockFi. It is not like Visa themselves are going to be coming out like, oh, you know, this is really what we are going to be doing forever. It's like, I believe as of this point that they have this opportunity through Visa. However, it is not like Visa is actively just standing there to do this. But here it says cryptocurrency startup BlockFi, Visa's card partner, said it offers an easy entry point, enabling consumers to acquire Bitcoin through everyday spending, because again, you're going to be saving that up, which is very cool. Users will receive 1.5% of their purchases back in Bitcoin and a bonus of $250 in the world's most popular digital currency after spending $3,000 or more within the first 3 months. So I kind of wonder what you spend $3,000 on in 3 months. That's quite a lot, unless you can pay your rent with it or something along those lines, because how are you going to spend $3,000 in the first 3 months? What happens if you're going to buy, for example, in the last, like, let's say you buy one thing for $1, then you buy, let's say, 3 washing machines, $4,000 in total. Those things are expensive, by the way, if you guys didn't know. They're freaking expensive if you want a good one. You buy 3 washing machines, which is pretty odd, but let's say you do, for $4,000. You hold that for a little bit, and you use your, maybe that has it, 100-day return right because you did not open the products to return it after the 3 months are over, and you've already earned your money then. Is that possible through schemes like that, or is that not possible with credit card at all? I don't really use credit cards, so I don't know. Whenever I do, I never use any benefits like this because I have never really found out how to use them. But I've been checking into it, though, and I might make a video if I understand it better. But for right now, I'm not your guy, all right? I've not been too good with credit cards. Nobody ever taught me that stuff, and I don't really know many people that use one, except, I know a couple, but I'm getting more into it, though. I have a couple now. I just need to start spending them because some of them give you some money back, right? Some rebates or something if you pay with them. Even some of these crypto cards have some good deals on them. Like, for example, the crypto card has a couple of good parts on it. A link is in the description below, by the way, for this crypto.com. Crypto, this one, link down below. I don't really personally use it too much, but the link is there for if you want it. Again, you can also just look up crypto.com. I don't care. Stellar Lumen adoption is growing fast as more than 800 companies use XLM blockchain. This one I was actually really excited for because it's not like this 800 number is really good in my opinion. I mean, it's okay. It's about the bigger picture though. First of all, look at this one. The token XIM based on Stellar Lumens registers an all-time high in the number of corporate entities that hold and use it. That's a good part. Again, how many? I don't really care. It's just that they're breaking records and they're still expanding. And more than 250 companies from various industries publicly admit that they use the XIM token. That's another big part. Because, I could now have 1,000 partners on my channel here, but you'd never hear one of them. Or I would say that they are, and I would publicize that. But it's from them coming out saying, yeah, we use that. That's what gets me bullish. That's the stuff I really like to see. I've also been talking to you guys about supply and demand for crypto in general. I've been talking about that over on Twitter. Saying again how the demand right now for these cryptos are so insanely huge. It's going to be a little bit crazy to see how everything's developing right now and see how everything's going to be going on, as I don't really get how the supply can kind of match that. Prices should be going up more and more and more, but they're stalling right now. However, we did not fall down to the bottom, suggesting for me again that the run is not over at all. Anders Ludenberg, or whatever, I think that's the name though, Anders Lundberg, X-Anderson over on Twitter here said, what Brad said in CNN interview is basically just, we just need the SEC to publicly state that XRP is not a security, like what they did with Bitcoin and Ethereum. That is it. And that was kind of pointed out to me by all the talks that I saw Brad do. We can listen to this one, but I don't think it's that important. It just basically comes back to the point of the interview with Anthony Pompliano, by the way, the same room, where I believe it's the same room, by the way, where he explains how he also thinks that the SEC, if they say XRP is not a security, is very, very positive, but they don't need it. If the SEC says it's a security, Ripple would just move out of the US. They'll lose maybe 5% of their customers and they'll move on by a huge expansion. So it's not really a problem, but it's just going to be a little bit annoying because, well, they'll be set back a little bit. And some of the partnerships that they want to get won't be possible then. But still, it's not like it's a big deal. And that's pretty good to know. They just want it because then it can go hard and they think they deserve it, which is logical. This one I've mentioned briefly before, but I didn't explain the full severity of it. Ripple FX Coin starts proof of concept for XRP-based payment platform. FX Coin and Sumitomo Corporation have launched a proof of concept for the settlement of debts and credits using Ripple's XRP. So it's a direct XRP usage. The platform is intended to serve as a global cash management system in the long run. And if you start to think about what that really means, it's actually a really cool idea. Until now, active crypto has been used mainly for speculative purposes due to the magnitude of the price movements. To establish the exchange market and expand the use for real demand, we will proceed with the demonstration experiment of domestic remittances and remittances abroad through the XRP, and finally global cash management, corporate finance, and trade. So they have some bigger ass plans. I like that. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP/Ripple are quasi monetary units, says the IMF. According to the IMF, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP are classified as quasi-monetary units. In the case of the introduction of the central bank digital currency, cryptocurrencies would have been clearly delineated. I don't really get this whole story here. I mean, this is all just partial and temporary. I mean, you can read a lot from the IMF. I've read at least, I think, 100 hours worth of IMF papers in my time now. And how much wiser did I get? Yeah, not wise enough for all those hours. The thing is, they post, for example, so many papers on different things and have so many talks, and you can listen to them for so long, yet it's always a concept or an idea which later can be disproven or added upon where the whole concept is completely different. So what I'm saying with that is, right now they have one idea about how XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum should be classified, yet that's just for right now. Maybe in 1 year later it's completely 100% different. So spending hours right now to read their document again, I'm not doing that stuff anymore. Unless they have a finalized thing, which again might change, but the chance of that is a lot smaller. I'm not bothering anymore with IMF documents. I'm kind of down with that. I'm kind of done with that, at least as of this point. However, I do think eventually the IMF will come out and say XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, thumbs up, right? It's already kind of strange that they included XRP within a list. I don't really get why they would do that. But let's see here for a little bit. The IMF recently published a working paper titled Legal Aspects of Central Bank Digital Currency, Central Bank and Monetary Law Considerations, in which it analyzes the legal basis of a central bank digital currency in central banking and monetary law. Interestingly, the IMF also examined the legal status of crypto such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. In general, the IMF first notes that in the absence of a legal basis, issuing a CBDC entails legal, financial, and reputational risks for central banks. Thus, most central banks' laws currently do not allow the issuance of a CBDC to the general public, and second, it is not obvious from a monetary law perspective that a CBDC can be granted currency status. In particular, the second C in CBDC for currency, central bank digital currency, raises fundamental legal problems. According to the IMF, a general differentiation must also be made between central bank money from private money, such as credit balances and on accounts in commercial banks, i.e. liabilities of the latter, or cryptocurrencies, which are potentially no liability at all, such as Bitcoin. So yeah, that's the whole part. Again, we can read a little bit more about it, but it's all basically the same thing, all right? It's all basically the same thing. Eventually, though, the IMF will come to terms and say, yeah, you guys were right. This stuff is amazing. VeChain partners with U.S. firm to power $102 billion seafood industry. VeChain partnered with No Seafood. I like that name. It's like a person that doesn't like seafood. He's like, okay, let me set up a company where it's like the name is a pun, like No Seafood, but then we add the N-O, but we make it KNO. You see what I'm trying to say there? It's like, oh yeah, let's work with my company. It's about seafood. It's called No Seafood. That's like it's freaking dumb. I don't know whoever could have thought about that one. Yeah, I sell only seafood, like shellfish, that type of stuff. It's called No Seafood. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had a very good giggle when I first saw the name, so I wanted to kind of portray that upon you again as well. They partnered with them to use its toolchain-powered Storybird application for transparency in its supply chain. Customers can now trace their seafood from the farm to their plates and that is pretty cool. All right, so they, of course, first had the, I don't even know what the first thing was. Maybe the wine was first. They've also had the milk. They've had kind of everything. And right now, a new addition has also been no seafood. No, just seafood in general through no seafood, which I still find very, very dumb. And yeah, that was it for today. Make sure you check out Webull if you want to trade crypto. Once more, you cannot take your crypto off of here, but I still recommend to use it. As I said before, you can get 4 stocks for free by using it, which is amazing. And you can trade all the crypto that I love except for ADA. So, yeah, I don't really care, though. I mean, if I really have to buy ADA, then I'll just do it somewhere else. But this one, for US customers, is definitely my top bet as of this point. Once more, you get 4 stocks for free. So check it out. And if you want a new project to maybe look into, there's a fruit fly. He's like on my monitor the whole time, but I cannot kill it because every time you try to, it just slips away. You guys know what I'm trying to say? Because I cannot break my monitor by just slamming into it, which I just tried just now. Didn't work. Fruit fly is not dead. So I have to think of a new plan, but I'll do that off camera, I guess. Unstoppable Domains here. This one is pretty damn cool, so I recommend you guys to just look it up. Just press the link down below and check it out. See you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody.